reveal's coming. The big reveal's coming. The big reveal's coming.
Big reveal is coming.
There's a big reveal coming? Morning, everyone. Good morning, Instagram. Good morning, Facebook, and good morning, YouTube. It is 9:30. It is Cuts time on a Thursday. I hope everyone's having a fantastic day. It is a beautiful day here in St. Louis. These are the 3 days a year where it's actually really kind of nice outside and you can get out and enjoy the weather without too much heat and too much cold. And so I see lots of people already joining us. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Terry. Good morning, Joyce. Good morning, Sandy. Good morning to everyone that is joining us. We have an awesome show. We have three big topics to talk about today. So I am looking forward to it. Don't forget, if you are joining us on YouTube or on Facebook, to accept the user permissions for StreamYard so we can see who you are. I already see we've got some folks joining in. We can't see your name, and we definitely want to be able to shout out and share, if you have any questions, answers with you. Hello from Paducah with Spring Keepsakes on Instagram. So we're going to start, as we do every Thursday, with unsolicited questions that have come in from all around the ethosphere. They are literally handed to me. I sit down, they are sitting here on the table, and we jump right into them. So who knows where this conversation is going to go. All right, if you want to submit a question for a future show, go cottoncuts.com/live and we'll pick it up and read it. All right, so the first question comes from Claire Hemmingsworth. Good morning, Claire. Thanks so much for your question. I was on the live last week and I'm so excited for your Floral States of America program. So are we. Very excited about this. More coming in a second. Can you remind me when the fabrics will likely ship? Okay. All right. So as a quick kind of 30-second recap. So our Floral States of America program is going to be a 10-month block of the month program. Each month you're going to get 5 8-inch blocks. They're going to finish 8-inch. You'll actually finish them 8.5 and then they'll sew up 8 inches. You'll get 5 blocks. Each one is a different state. And we're going to be shipping them to you in the order they became state. And so it's a different design. They're traditional quilt blocks. Everything will be die cut for you. So you just have to sit and sew. You'll be able to sew a block. It'll take 10, 15 minutes. Set it aside. And then at the end of 10 months, we'll send you all the finishing kit to either lay out the quilt on point, like the American flag, or lay it out in a grid. And the beautiful part is that each month, the state fabric is the state flower from that state. And we're actually going to see some examples. You guys can kind of, if you're on YouTube and on Facebook, you can see these lovely bolts. We're going to come back to that in a minute. But Claire, to get back to your question, when will they likely ship? Okay, so here's the kind of quirky part. So there are only going to be there's only space for 300 people to participate in this program. That is as much fabric as we were able to get from Andover for this. And so what we're doing is if you go to cottoncuts.com/ and I believe it's Floral States, at the bottom, there is an opportunity to sign up to get early access. So everyone will be able to sign up for the program on May 2nd. But if you want early access to sign up a day early, just go to the website, put your email, we'll send you a super secret website and you can sign up. Guys, we're almost at 300 people on that list. So you're going to want to make sure you sign up for the early access to be able to participate. I'm already on the phone. Given the number of people that have signed up for early access, I'm already on the phone with Andover, just checking to make sure, is there anything hanging out that we can still use to keep as many people going as possible. And then it will actually start shipping June 1st. And it'll ship on the 1st of the month, every month through April. And then of course, we'll probably have some big celebration because we are what we are and we do what we do. And so we'll probably have some big reveals. We'll show different blocks, some on point and some on grid, and so you guys can see what's going on. All right. Thanks so much for the question, Claire. Head to the website. Paula has it up on the screen. It's cottoncuts.com/Floral States, and it has more information as well as how to get in on that early access. All right. We're super excited about this, and I can't wait to show these flower fabrics to you guys in a minute. All right, Tina Azera has a question from Seville, Spain. Wow, okay, so I think it's probably in the afternoon there in Spain. Thanks so much for your question, Tina. I always hear people talk about the selvage on fabric. Why is it so popular? Okay, so let's first talk about what selvage is and why it exists. So when fabric, specifically quilting fabric, is produced, it is fed through machines. So think about it like a dot matrix printer from back in the day. There has to be these parts on the edge that actually feed the fabric through the machine. And so it's called the selvage. And anytime you're running a printing process, it's really hard to get the printing all the way over the edge. It's just that they need to allow variability in how the fabric shifts, and they don't want it to run off the fabric. So there's always kind of this blank spot that's printed on what we'll call the dot matrix side of the fabric. And so for a long time, it was just white. And then manufacturers were like, hey, we've got this real estate. Why don't we put something in there? So then they started putting, what the name of the fabric was, what the collection was, what the reorder number was. So that way, if I pull a piece of fabric off my shelf in a couple of years, I can track it down and find it because it's printed there on the selvage. And then I would say it was probably 8-10 years ago, some really forward-looking fabric designers decided I'm going to actually put really cool and quirky stuff into the selvage. And so I'm going to make it a piece of art. I'm going to make it a usable piece of fabric. Everyone pays for the full fabric, even though it's not printed edge to edge, you're paying for that. And so why don't we do really cool graphic art, creative things in that space? And so they started coming up with artistic ways of displaying the collection name. They put lots of fun, quirky little animals in there. They actually put the colors that are printed in the fabric in the selvage, and then it became a collector thing. And then these projects started coming out of what could you do with the selvage. And so selvage quilts are all over the internet. If you look, you can find all sorts of examples. I know I showed a couple lives ago, I can't find it, my pin cushion that was made for me from selvages. And so I actually have some scraps here. Let me see if I can find quickly. Oh, right here on top. I think Paula was helping me out. So here's an example of a tulip pink selvage, right? And so you can see Free Spirit is very artistic, tiny beast, and she has little animals. I bet you if it kept going, we would probably see all the colors that are represented in the fabric. But the idea is it's not super usable because it has those holes punched in it, but it could be a piece of art. And a lot of people are getting very creative with it, which is awesome. So Tina, I hope that helps. So selvage, it's one of those things, it's got an audience, it's got a market. I mean, we still see fabrics that are coming in and it's just, the basic manufacturer information, which is totally fine. But there are people that are actually gravitating towards it and using it as a canvas, which we love and support. All right. Thank you guys so much for your questions. If you have a question that you want me to answer next week, go to cottoncuts.com/live and we'll answer it here. Okay. So what's happening in the shop this week? We always kind of transition into what we're doing in the shop. And for us, it's all about Clue 10 for Carnival. It's all about border kits. It's all about backing kits. This has been kind of our month, guys. It has been all immersive for the Cotton Cuts team because there are so many people that are participating in the border kits and Clue 10 and the backing kits. And so we are going to start shipping those. They're moving out the door. We're also getting caught up with all the people that signed up for Tree of Life. But going back to Carnival, we have our big reveal. It is next Friday. Make sure it's on your calendars, 2:00 Central Time. The big reveal is going to be live. We're going to put it out on as many channels as we can, so everyone can see the finished design come together. We might have some cute carnival themed surprises in store because Paula likes a good theme. And so I have no doubt there'll be costumes and backdrops and lots of fun things. You're going to see the big reveal. We also have special guests joining us, as we always do, who are going to be showing their quilts that they finished along the way. Everyone will get to see the big design at the same time. Everyone gets the finishing instructions at the same time, so you can get started. You don't have to wait for your Clue 10 to arrive in the mail and wish that you lived closer to us so you could get it faster. We want everyone to start sewing as soon as possible. So make sure it's on your calendar. It's going to be lots of fun. We might give stuff away. I'm sure we will. So you don't want to miss it. Make sure to join us live. We also have some whole quilts in the shop as well. So if you see a design and you're like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have done that, we're actually putting them in the shop. This is a request that came from you guys. People were always seeing at the end colorways come together and wishing and having FOMO that they had gotten it. And so we actually have them in the shop now. They're limited. So if you are on the live and you're like, oh my gosh, I really wish I'd have done the sleigh ride, which we have been teasing on social media, and you wish you'd have done it, there are definitely going to be kits of that available. So you're not going to want to miss out and get those quilts in a box. I actually saw on social media this week that someone, her mother just joined Tree of Life and finished her Clue 3 and is like sad because she doesn't get to sew again. and they actually got her a kit so she doesn't have to stop sewing. Those quilts in the box are a lot of fun. You can grab it, you can take it to a retreat. You don't have to cut anything. You just get to sit and sew. All the instructions are in there. They are awesome and they are fun. Okay, so what else is happening in the shop this week? So we received a delivery of all of our Floral States of America fabric, and they're beautiful, guys. They are even better than all of the they're better than all of the pictures online could have shown. And so I want to show you the first 5 states, that are going to be shipping on June 1st. And so we do them in the order they became states, and the order they became part of the United States. And so we're going to start first with Delaware, guys, because that was the first state in the United States. And so I'm going to show this fabric. And I'm noticing that, Paula, we're going to take photos and we're going to post this online as well. So Delaware, this is their state flower. We have put it into a block as well. And it's super tiny, small scale, right? And one of the things I like about these fabrics is the variability in scale. So this one is super teeny tiny. We're going to make sure that next time we do this, guys, I know what this flower actually is. If you live in Delaware and know what the state flower is, if you could please put that in the comments, that would be fantastically helpful for all of us. But this is Delaware. So this is the state flower, Delaware. It's a super teeny tiny small scale print. I know some people, don't like small scale. I actually think this is a fantastic way to get you kind of trying something new and outside of your comfort zone. And so, quick reminder, we're not actually sewing flowers. We are going to be sewing blocks, quilt blocks that have this fabric as well as a beautiful royal blue in the background. Okay, so Paula Extraordinaire has told me this is a peach blossom, guys. Okay, so this is a peach blossom. Oh, Diane Sophison got it. Yes, of course, I am not surprised. Diane is on top of it. This is a peach blossom. Okay, so this is our first block. Then our second block is going to be, I have to look, Pennsylvania. So Pennsylvania was the second state. So you can see this is a bigger scale flower, and it is brighter, and it is yellow and green, but it looks really good against the blue sapphire that we picked out. And so Paula Extraordinaire is writing, it is a mountain laurel. So Pennsylvania state flower is a mountain laurel. All of this, right? So because I am such a geek about history and about learning. Here, hold on. Paula is scrambling off camera, so I'm going to hand her this. So I am such a geek about learning and about all the history. We are actually including facts about all these states, collectible cards. You can use them as flashcards with your family. All the statehood facts, all the interesting, what this flower actually is, what the state bird is, all of the flags. Diane got mountain laurel. Yes, it is the mountain laurel. We want to put all this in there so that way you guys have it, because I like that stuff. I like that trivia thing. And so there'll be collectible cards that we're going to create for this program. And they'll come with the block when it comes to you each month. All right, so next up we have New Jersey. And so you can see, guys, this is a different color flower, right? And it's a cluster of flowers. And Paula Extraordinary is telling me it's a common blue violet, right? So it's a pretty blue, right? And so we're putting all of these together into a single quilt. I see a question. So all blocks have 2 colors, solid and the floral print. So that answer is yes. So these blocks are going to be these fabrics here combined with the royal sapphire blue and white with an occasional pop of aqua. I'm finding that some blocks need kind of 3 solids to make them really pop and look awesome. So we put an aqua in there. And it's interesting because those 3 colors blend so well with all the floral prints. And so everything will be pre-cut. You will definitely have at least 2 to 3 pieces of the state flower in there. We want to highlight, that's the whole purpose, right? Is it's this floral fabric that we love so much. So they will definitely be in there, but we're going to create cool geometric shapes using the navy and the white and the aqua. Okay, next up we have Georgia. And so here is Georgia. And you guys, this is also like, it's the green and the peach and the pink. And I'm looking, it's, oh dear Lord. Okay, so I am going to butcher this. I am going to be very transparent. So it's Rosa. Obviously I know how to say Rosa. That's what we call our logo. But it is La Vegata. And I'm sure I've butchered that, but Rosa La Vegata. And so that is what this flower is. And it is this one. I remember this block when we designed it. This one's a lot of fun. You're not going to want to miss Georgia. And then the 5th state to become a state is Connecticut. Strong and small and mighty. Okay, so this one you guys can see it's got purples in it. It's got awesome. Okay, so she's making a very strange face saying mountain laurel. And so it might be a different mountain laurel. We are going to definitely do a little bit more work when we ship those out to you, right? And so I have no doubt, mountain laurels that grow in Connecticut are probably different than mountain laurels that grow in every other state. But okay, great. And I live in Arizona, and when I saw our fabric, I was like, well, of course that's the state flower of Arizona because that's what grows in Arizona. But right, so you guys, this is a lot of fun. So they did a great job designing these fabrics with lots of different scale, lots of different flowers, lots of different colors, and we've paired it with the blue and the white and the aqua, and it's going to be lots of fun. The part about this project that I like the most is the layout, the final layouts, the fact that we're doing it on point to me is awesome. I think I told you guys this last week that this was Dominic's idea, the 12-year-old. He was like, Mom, why don't you lay out the 50 blocks like the states, like the actual flag, like the stars on the flag? And so I laid it out and the whole team loved it. And so we knew that was a winner. Okay. All right. So that's what's going on in the shop this week. So all that fabric arrived. It came in on a pallet. We spent all morning unpacking it, so I apologize. Del Marie Snodgrass, yes, all the fabrics for Floral States will be pre-cut. You will literally just sit and sew. There will be no cutting. We are going to offer an oops kit just in case you want that. That brings me to another point about Floral States. So Martha Tureen from Martha's Creative Life is going to be our ambassador for this program. And so if you follow Martha, she will give you a special code to get a free oops kit. The oops kit's just going to be the solids because those are the ones we use every month. But just in case, accidents happen, mistakes happen, like triangles fall to the ground and you're sewing away and you think you missed it and it's actually still, I've had one attached to my rear before it happened. But we give you those oops kits just to keep you sewing. We want to make you sewing as quickly as possible. Yeah, Dominic's smart. That kid, he's crazy. He'll be back this summer on lots of live videos. The boy who sews is something that he's very excited about, and we can't wait to see what he comes up with. Okay. Now, second big topic for this week. So we are announcing today our first big kind of challenge in a long time. We used to do these all the time, and then we kind of went away from a little bit. And I am super excited today to announce a group challenge. And so we are starting first with a snippet challenge. So what does that mean, right? Like, what is this challenge? What are we being challenged to? Are we throwing our gauntlet down? All that stuff? No. So what this means is we are asking our community members to grab a snippet bag and make a project with it. So first, as a quick reminder, what is a snippet? So a snippet bag are these little bundles of awesome fabric that is left over after we die cut all of your fabrics for the mysteries, after we die cut for stitches, after we die cut for Floral States. These are the fabrics that are left over that are the trim, that are unusable for a die cut shape. And so something that we are super passionate about is no waste, minimizing our trash, minimizing our scrap. I was reading a whole bunch of statistics last night, guys, about the amount of water and textile waste. And I think it's like 15% of all textiles that are made are actually scraps after things are cut out, exactly what our snippet bags are. And so this has value, guys. Like there's a lot of big hunks and chunks of fabric in there. I know Diane has been using our snippets for years, right? Because you can get so much awesome fabricness out of there. And so we want to challenge you guys to see what you can come up with using one of our snippet bags. And so Earth Day is on Monday. It all the timing comes together. So what does this mean? So if you're able to complete a project, I think we have like 6 to 8 weeks. So it's going to go through June 11th. So you have what's left in April, the entire month of May, and the first week in June. Grab a snippet bag. If you have them, you can use them. If you don't have them, on the website Snippet Challenge, you can buy one. It is $10 with free shipping. We want to get these out to you guys. That covers all of our costs with it. We make no money on this. Take a snippet bag and make a project. Now, 6 weeks is not a lot of time for some people to make a full quilt. So this challenge is going to be in 2 parts. So there's going to be a category for people that make kind of a single project. So you can make a bag, a wall hanging, accessories. No surprise here, guys. I'm making coasters with my snippet bag that's left over from a couple meat shows ago. I am going to make some coasters with that. You guys can make small projects, and there's a small project category that we're going to be creating. And then there's those that are super aspirational and super creative and are going to make full-blown quilts. And so we wanted to separate those out. And it's awesome that we can do small projects, but we're going to give really big, awesome prizes to both categories winners. And so when we say big, awesome prizes, like something in the like $200 to $250 range, we're still kind of putting together kind of what that's going to look like. But these are going to be like high value prizes for a project made with scraps, because we love to be inspired by the scrap quilting and scrap sewing. And I am always blown away by projects that are made whenever we do this. And so how is it going to be voted on? So this is community voted on. So when you submit your photo to us, so when you go to Snippet Challenge, you'll see there's a form for you to put all your data in and upload a photo. It's community voted. So there'll be a website and you'll get a chance to vote. Everyone that participates can vote. Everyone in the Cotton Cuts community can vote. Everyone that lives in your neighborhood can vote. Everyone that you're friends with on Nextdoor can vote. Anyone that you know can vote on the winner, and then we will pick the best small project and the best quilt. Now, the quilt can be a quilt top. I want to be clear on that. We made that on the website. If you just get to a quilt top and it's not fully quilted, that's totally fine. It still counts. We also give you lots of tips and tricks for how to take a photo. Since this is just going to be a photo on the website and people can't see, feel, and touch your project, we want to make sure that you guys take the best photo that you can, because photos are important. Okay, we have a question about how many bags to use. So you can use as many bags as you want. You can use 1, you can use 10. It is up to you. We do say that you need to use just enough of the fabric from your snippet to know that it came from a snippet. You can use fabrics from your stash. You can use fabrics that you have lying around and want to add to it. For me, I am probably, in my coasters, I'm going to use everything that came from my snippet. But there are some projects that we saw when we did this several years ago that they used cork fabric and made a beautiful bag and had strips from their snippet bag and then made a handle. And so, yeah, so you guys, like, I cannot wait to see what's going on. When you submit your entry into the challenge, we're asking you to give attribution if you pull the pattern, if you pull the website, because we want to share those resources. That is always the questions that come up, is like, oh my God, I love this bag that was made by this person. I want to do it. And so we want to make sure that, you know, if someone likes your project, they can go and make it too. And so we're just going to get all that up front and put it on the website to vote. We're going to give prizes away. Let's see here. I thought it had to be the whole bag. So it does not have to be the whole bag. So if you find that you get a snippet bag and you're really gravitating towards one of the colors that's in it, use that as a base and build off of it. We don't want it to be too restrictive, guys. We really want to see kind of where your creativity is going to take this project, but we want to use the snippet as the starting point for that creativity, because it's important, right? It's important that we're showing that we're using it. And if you can use every single piece of your snippet, then definitely tell us that, and we'll put that writing under your photo. And then that way, you know, people vote for different reasons. And so it'd be a great, if you use every single piece of your snippet in the quilt, in the project that you make, in the bag, then put that in your submission and we'll make sure that gets posted with you. I see we have a question. Is the Floral States in place of the Puzzle Mystery Quilt this year? No. So we are definitely going to do Wild West. I'm going to tell you guys that now. Wild West is the next Puzzle Mystery Quilt. We're going to talk more about that next week. That is definitely still happening. We're doing Floral States. It was kind of a fun little quick project that we can kind of slot in here. And the fabric was too beautiful to pass up. And I really want to do more pre-cut programs. And so that's really where kind of the Floral States came from. But we are definitely going to do a Puzzle Mystery Quilt program. And we will have more information about the colorways and the theme and all the awesomeness that comes with that next week. All right, I'm looking at the questions. It looks like we have Martha. Martha is our Floral States ambassador. Thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, so ultimately, the timeline is on the website. So if you go to Snippet Challenge, post it on Instagram and be sure to use the Snippet Challenge 2024 hashtag, or post it on any of our Facebook posts. We want to see what you're doing. We want to see what the community is building. And then when that link goes live, it's going to be up, I think it's 48 hours for voting, probably 48. Let's be realistic. And so send all your friends and have them go vote. And, you know, we'll see all the creativity that happens. On our website, we do have some previous entries that were submitted from the last time we did this, in case you want a starting point. And definitely be following us on all the social medias. We're going to post more shorts and more reels and more content on scrap projects. There's a whole trend these days to actually just take your scraps and just top stitch them on fabric. So you could take this and just get like a piece of broadcloth, a piece of muslin, and then just go ahead and like stitch them all together and make fabric that way and then convert that into a project. I'm seeing that all over my feed, guys. That's a way. We actually received a photo this week from a Girl Scout troop that bought a whole bunch of snippet bags. And evidently, it's really popular with the tweens these days to stitch these on top of denim and then fray them. I saw it and I was like, wow, okay, that's awesome. I never would have thought it, but all the girls now at their middle school are doing it and they're top stitching scraps of fabric on the clothes and then fraying the edges. And so you never know where this is going to go, guys. And so I see a question, can we enter in both categories? Absolutely. Yes, you can. You can enter more than one project. If this juices just get flowing and you get a scrap bag that's purple and one that's yellow and you want to do two separate projects or bring them together, guys, there's no constraints here. You can enter more than one item in the same category. Yes, you can. If you do two bags, if you do two quilts, you can. There's no constraints, guys, on number of entries here. Me, it's really just getting everyone sewing, getting everyone creating, and inspiring the community around you. So this is completely wide open. If you want to do 25 entries, you most definitely can. There is no stopping you. All right. I see a whole bunch. That's so 70s, Jillian says, about the top stitching and fraying the edges. I thought the same thing as well. And so it's just interesting what what's popular again. All these things are cycles that come and go. But yeah, we donated a bunch to a Girl Scout troop for a craft project, and now it's become a thing at one of the middle schools here in St. Louis. So I am very excited about that. All right, you can use old scrap bags, Trish. You can definitely, if you have a snippet from times past, you can definitely bring that back and use it. The only thing we ask is that it be a new project, right? We don't want you to have taken something that you made from a previous snippet bag and have already posted on social media. I would love it if it was a new project because I want to be true to everyone that's participating in the 6-week timeline. That's kind of a crush for some people, but it's also a lot of time. And I just want to be fair for everybody that this is a new project. It can be something you started 2 or 3 weeks ago, just not have finished yet. I just don't want you guys to bring something that you sewed from like a year or two ago and submit that. People overseas, Sonia is asking on Instagram, people overseas can definitely participate. This is a global project, guys. Whatever your prize is, we'll ship it overseas because if you win, you deserve to get it. We've always done that. We've always been global. It's definitely not only US only. I don't believe in that at all. And so if you are across any sort of ocean from the United States, you are definitely eligible to enter. That is not a problem at all. Yes, Rachel Q, if you started on a Snippet project, you can definitely submit it. I just don't want something from a year or two ago that's been hanging out. You just grab and take a photo of. Okay, you guys, all these questions are awesome. If you have any questions and you see this video, just leave them and our team will answer them. I am excited about this. We get to give stuff away and see awesome, beautiful creations. But get those orders in for those snippets. So when you place an order for the snippet, which is on the link, we ship those within 24 hours, within one business day of getting them. So we'll get those out to you as quickly as we possibly can. If you've got an old one, definitely use it. If you want more fabric to kind of inject and infuse, then get those orders in. We ship those really fast, so they should come to you really quickly to get you sewing as quickly as possible. All right, I think that's everything I have for the challenge for this morning. So our giveaway today, because we give away stuff every time we do this. So we're going to give away 5 free snippet bags. So wherever you see this video, I want you guys to leave a comment of what project you would sew if you were to get a snippet bag. What would you make with the snippet bag that came to you? So we're going to give away 5 free ones today. We're going to draw a winner within 24 hours. So make sure you see this video, leave a comment with what project you're going to make, and we'll give away 5 free ones because, guys, these are better in your hands than in ours, and I can't wait to get them out to you. So we're going to give away 5 over the course of the next week. Scrap Happy Farm Girl. Yes, the snippets are available in the shop today. Actually, I think some people saw our announcement yesterday and ordered them because I think we're shipping like 25 snippets out the door today. They are definitely available now. Get your order in and we will get them out. What is the average width of a snippet piece? Okay, so Catherine, that is a fantastic question. So coming back to our snippet bags, they're definitely, they're not strings. I would say you can get, some of them can be as wide as an inch up to about 3 to 4 inches. You're going to get some weird kind of wonky triangles. You'll get, if you open up the fold, you'll get a good kind of 4-inch width piece. You can get lots of fun things out of these. So when, oh, thank you. Yes, Paula, of course, is telling me to like hold up the sample she left for me here. Right. And so you can kind of see in these pieces, you're going to get kind of big chunks. If you unfold this piece here, this is what I was saying, you're going to get a good kind of width. They're not strings. And so when we go through and our team is die cutting, we're clear to separate those that are usable for quilting and those that are strings that are better used for donating to a shelter to make dog beds. So we have a whole separate recycling stream for us that is all of the strings that are not wide enough to be stitched into a quilt. And so that's where we're donating to organization making dog beds, making rabbit bed stuffing for rabbits that are being rescued. We donate those to nursing homes for projects. A lot of people can crochet and knit with that. So we have a separate stream for those that are considered too small to be sewn or quilted. What is in the snippet bag is definitely something that can be stitched together. It has enough for a 1/4 inch on both sides where you can still get your focal print into your quilt. All right, so I see lots of people posting what projects they would make. That is absolutely awesome. Thank you guys so much for that. All right, that is it for me this morning. Let's see here. So quick reminders, our big reveal is next Friday at 2 o'clock. Don't forget about Cotton Cuts Cares. So every first time purchase of a Java, a Classic, a Modern Maker, and a Chroma Super Pop, we donate $5 to Sleep in Heavenly Peace. It's an organization that makes beds for children that don't have beds. They're partnering with quilt guilds to make quilts to put on these beds that they're putting in places where there are none. They're doing fantastic work, and I love supporting organizations like this. Join us here next week, guys. We will have our regular show next week. I will have more kind of sneaks and fun stuff about Floral States. We'll also talk a little bit about our next mystery, and we will start talking about our move. So for those of you that don't know, Cotton Cuts has to move locations over the summer, and so we will have a new home by the end of August. And we're going to do lots of cool, awesome things ahead of the big move. The big reveal is on Friday next week. All right. Any of those cute selvages in the snippet bag? Yes. So that's part of the reason why we talked about selvages a little bit, is you get tons of selvages in these snippet bags. You are not going to want to miss out. Okay, awesome. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great week, and we will see you soon. Bye.